So way back in the day, Nick and I were in college together.
Way back in the day. Way.
Super long ago. And we had to take this one class called...
Something to do with film adaptations.
That was...
Film and literature.
Film and literature, that's what it was called. And it was about adaptations from short story to
film.
Film. Specifically short story. They're all short stories.
And boy, was it a class.
We had to watch the biggest range of movies. We watched A Christmas Story all the way up to... I'll just say what my pick of favorite is I can't remember.
Now keep in mind, what we're about to say is not our favorite actual movies that we liked. These are our favorite terrible movies that we had to watch.
Yeah. What's the name of the movie? I can't even think of it.
Re-animator.
Re-animator. That's what it was called. That was my favorite awful movie that I had to watch in that class.
To be fair, that was still funny because of how terrible it was.
Hilarious. I don't even remember. We were in the dorm, and I was just yelling at that one scene where the head is going towards the lady with her legs spread open. I was like, oh no! I don't even remember what my actual reaction was, but that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in a movie.
Wasn't there something with worms or snakes too or something?
Oh, probably.
Snakes were coming out of the lady or something?
I have no idea. She was completely naked. I'm pretty sure they showed everything.
Yeah. In
that movie, which is just crazy to me. That was if you want to watch a good review of that, watch I don't remember the name of the show, but Red Letter Media did a review. They did a review of Re-animator. Go watch that. That's actually a good review of it. But this is the craziest movie I think I've ever seen in my entire life. What are you looking at?
Trying to see if it's on Netflix anymore.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No. Is the one I'm about to talk about still on there?
Did we watch that on Netflix?
Yeah, we did. Remember, that was on mine.
That was actually a requirement of the classes that we had to have Netflix.
Oh no, it's not on there anymore. Oh no.
Every year for Christmas or Nick's birthday, I always look for this movie to see if I can find it on Blu-ray, and I can never find it.
It was so terrible.
Smoke Signals.
Oh my god.
That was actually worse than Re-animator, because Re-animator was actually funny.
So apparently, according to our professor, this movie was based on a bunch of short stories written by the same guy.
Yes.
But he only had us read one.
I don't think I even read it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Actually, I did read that one because that one.
You read it, I did.
That was only 2 or 3 pages, so it was easy.
Oh, okay.
But so you're watching the movie and you're like, none of this shit happened.
Yeah, and that's why, because it's based upon a lot of them.
The 2 girls in the car driving backwards.
There was no explanation. There was no explanation as to why this kid gets picked up by these 2 girls that are driving only backwards in their car, because they didn't explain it in the movie, but our professor did, saying that their transmission was broken and it was only stuck in reverse, so they had to drive everywhere in reverse.
Yeah.
It wasn't explained at all in the movie. And we're just like, what? Why?
There's one annoying guy that just kept going to the character, "Hey, Victor!"
Oh, yeah!
Hey, Victor!
That was in that movie, too.
Mm-hmm.
There was the really big emotional Indian scene where he's screaming.
Oh, that was the end of the movie.
Yeah,
right after all the inspirational words that was voiced over a whole bunch of pictures of running water.
Yep.
To make you feel motivated and peaceful.
That was such a weird movie.
Oh, don't forget our favorite part.
Yep.
When we were watching
Who's your favorite Indian?
There was one scene where the guy's father, because that was the whole point of the movie, the guy's father died, so he had to travel to get his ashes and then spread them. So he was flashing back to a moment in his childhood where his dad was drunk and they were having a party.
Yeah.
And and the father asked this kid, "Who's your favorite Indian, son?" And he didn't answer, but Jimmy answered,
"Mulan." It's the most embarrassing.
And I looked at him and I said, "What?"
See, I meant Pocahontas.
But I'm like, Jimmy, Mulan is Chinese.
But Mulan just came out of me out of nowhere.
Jimmy's slightly racist.
No. See, I don't see color. That's why I thought Mulan.
But we'll just randomly do that at times in our lives.
Oh yeah, you've definitely seen it in videos. Like I think we were talking about it in our Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough.
Oh yeah, about Pocahontas. Yeah, because it was like,
Yeah. Who's your favorite Indian? Mulan.
But yeah, Smoke Signals was great. You should go not watch it. Actually,
yeah.
you know what? You should go watch it and then share your reactions with us. Because I want to see if anyone else out there is like, this was great. Like I want to know.
It was his favorite movie we watched.
Yes.
Pet the Dog. That's also another old reference in one of our old videos.
Pet the dog.
I told him that was adorable, and he said thank you.
He was probably after our JC. He was probably my favorite professor I ever had.
Yeah, same here. He just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You had him for senior thesis too, didn't you?
I had him for like 4 classes.
I only had him for that one class, but it was my favorite class. And here's the thing: we got 100 in that class.
Yeah, we did.
We got 100. I've never gotten 100 in a class.
Well, we
ever.
got 10s on all the papers. It was graded out of one
Yep.
from 10. There was 10 papers plus the final project.
But it was only us that got 10s in those papers.
Yeah.
Nobody else got 10s in those papers.
Because we were film majors and we actually knew what we were doing.
I guess.
And you were kind of a writing minor almost,
Yeah,
so you knew how to write.
Kind of, yeah. But I still don't understand how we got 10. It was only the two of us. Like every other person in that class never got 10.
And plus, we were the only 2 people who cared. Like actually did good on our last projects too.
Yeah. What did I? Oh, I did mine on Watchmen.
I did mine on I Am Number 4.
That's right. Yeah. Because we had to talk about an adaptation that we either really liked or really didn't like, and talk about why it was an adaptation.
And what parts were good? What parts were good about the adaptation?
Yeah.
What parts weren't?
But yeah, I talked about Watchmen. That was the year that I did 4 projects on Watchmen.
Yes.
I wanted to do my senior thesis on Watchmen, and I wish I did. I didn't end up doing that. But yeah, I thought that'd be a fun little segment to talk about movies that we had to watch in Pet the Dog's class.